Wow, you can really tell it's not summer anymore. The natural light isn't lighting. I need to invest in one of those ring lights for these sort of videos. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel in this week's video. Today we've got the penultimate video in this training split series. We've got chest and traps. What we're going to do in this video is I'm going to run you through not only the exercises, the sets, the rep ranges, a few tips on execution, all that good stuff. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Right. First off, as you can see by my pale skin, the brightness was turned up quite nicely on this one. We've got pec deck. Starting off with pec deck just to really warm the chest up before we go into our heavy pressing movements. Not only so we can connect better with the pressing movements, but also for safety and injury reasons as well. 5 sets of 10, pyramiding up, same as the other workouts. The tip for this is to make a slight pause, not coming too far back that we're compromising the shoulders. Keep the tension on our chest, slight pause in the hole as per se, and then we squeeze. Keep your elbows as straight as you can and try and make them touch. Obviously you won't be able to on the pec deck as the machine gets in the way. Just move myself over a bit. I think this should be better. So yeah, as I was saying, trying to squeeze the chest as if you got something in between your chest and you're trying to pop it. Try and make your elbows touch and to hold that as well. So don't just come in and bounce off. You want to come in, squeeze, even if it's for a slight micro pause of like half a second. You want to try that. Secondly, you want to what I do is I move my bum a little bit further forward on the seat, so I'm not upright, I'm a little bit leant in. It's a lot easier to puff my chest out further forward than my shoulders so that I can keep, just so I can maximise the amount of stress that's being put on the pecs and control weight with the pecs more than the shoulders. This will lead me on to my third and final tip, and that is to drop your scapula. So scapula is your shoulder blade in layman's terms. When you get in to start it, you want to think about pulling your shoulders back and dropping them, and then you're in your position. This will mean that even if your shoulders come forward a little bit, the tension will stay on the pec and you're not coming over the movement like this. If you don't retract your scapula and let yourself be free, you can hunch over when you struggle and cheat the movement, which is fine to maybe cheat the movement like this just to get that last little bit when you're struggling, as you'll see on my top set here. Apologies, my camera died, but what I mean is when your scapula is retracted, even if you do cheat, you're still prioritizing the work on the chest. Even if you're coming forward a bit, the chest is still being used, whereas if you're loose, your shoulders will take over and you'll cause yourself some injury. And even if you don't cause yourself injury, you will take tension off the chest and you'll be using your shoulders. Right, so we move on to our second exercise, which is flat dumbbell press. I did 3 sets of 10 reps and then 2 sets of 6 reps. Well, the first one I got 6, and as you can see here, because I went heavier in my other sets leading up to this, I accumulated more fatigue and I only got 3 reps on my top set, whereas the previous week I got 5, but I had made progressions in the sets leading up to that. So it's not only the top set that I'm trying to make progressions on, I'm trying to progress my other sets as well to accumulate more fatigue in the build up, to not only add more work in set volume instead of warm up set volume, but also increase the time under tension and ultimately try and build as much muscle as possible. Similar thing for the prime machine press. What I did here is I put the seat as low down as it goes, because it is a flat press, but I put it as low as it goes so that I'm forced to move more into incline, because I connect a lot better with this than I do with the hammer strength Smith machine that's in this gym. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a bit clunky, so I don't use it. I use this instead. Similarly to dumbbells, 3 sets of 10 and 2 sets of 6. As you can see, I got 9 on that top set there, so we've made a progression. So we'll go heavier next week for our top set. Last pressing movement for the workout, we've got a decline Panatta machine press. I absolutely love this machine for the mid to lower pec bias. I connect amazing with it. Gives me an unreal chest pump. With this one, we're building up in pyramids. Same again. 4 sets in total this time. 3 sets of 10 and the top set of 8 to 12. Straight into a drop set. As you can see here, I only got 5. Because this is a new high weight, so we'll build up to that 8 to 12 threshold and also build up the sets leading up to that as well in the meantime to keep on progressing, and straight into a drop set to really wear out the chest. And that is the end of chest for what I've been programmed by Brad. So now we move on to traps, which is the second portion of the workout, which is 1 superset. Here I only have filmed the barbell shrugs. So we've got barbell shrugs superset with dumbbell shrugs. The dumbbells and the cages are at the complete opposite ends of the gym. I didn't want to be carrying around like 50s across the whole gym. So I filmed the barbell shrugs and didn't film the dumbbell part of the superset. 4 sets of 15. So 15 with the barbell, walk to the other side of the gym, 15 with the dumbbells, come back to the other side of the gym, put more weight on, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, and then 15 to finish off. And that is it for traps. The tip for traps obviously is to minimize leg drive, which is hard when you're using heavy weights on standing movements because you tend to want to kick up with your legs to drive with momentum. But the tip is to try and do that as little as possible, especially as it gets heavier, when it gets harder to do so and fatigue creeps in. What you also want to do is to really pinch your traps into your neck at the top. So you shrug, it's easy just to let it drop again. You want to shrug, pinch and drop, shrug, pinch, drop, like that. This purposeful squeeze at the top will really put tension on the traps, and if you don't necessarily connect well with shrug movements, shrugging and purposely really squeeze at the top, you will learn to build that connection with your traps, which will ultimately lead to you performing these exercises better and getting bigger traps as a result. So that is traps done. Like I said, chest is done on the program, but I wanted to add a little bit more volume myself. So as I pull a side chest to show you my chest pump, we've got decline flyers on this machine. This machine is insane. I absolutely love it. There's a headrest, so lean onto the headrest. Similarly to the flyers that I showed you at the beginning, you want to retract your scapula, drop it down, remove the shoulders as much as possible, and then fly it down. Although this wasn't programmed by Brad, I used a similar working setup to him. So I did 4 warm-up sets of 10, a top set of as many reps as possible, straight into a triple drop, and that is the workout done. As you can see, again, my waist is coming even more. We dropped down to 92.8 as of Sunday, so probably closer to 92.5, maybe even 92 kilos right now. The waist is coming. I felt it, especially this morning. This morning was the first time that I felt that my lower belly fat had really dropped, and I felt a lot slimmer than I have done in a very long time. My love handles and my waist is coming quite a lot as well. So the mini cart, body recon, whatever you want to call it, is going well. However, we'll push for a little bit longer just to get the glutes and hams in a bit more, especially the hamstrings. I want to see, and Brad also wants to see more definition in my hamstrings before we go into our off season in preparation for the 2023 season. As you'll see from these posing rounds here, everything's looking more defined. My striations and my lines are becoming ever more apparent. It's only in these rear shots, although my back doesn't hold, especially my upper back doesn't hold a lot of fat, and my lower back has dropped a lot of fat in the past month. It's my lower limbs and my hamstrings, and you can't see my glutes here because I haven't got them out, but they are still holding quite a bit of stubborn fat. So we're going to keep pushing, get some definition in those, and then we'll start the off season. Yeah, that's going to end the video for today. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. In these past few videos, over 50% of you haven't subscribed, so why not subscribe? It's free, it doesn't cause you any aggro, and you'll get to see when I upload in your sub box. Click the notification bell so you know when I upload. These previous videos are doing really well, so I really appreciate it. I know I said that in the previous couple of videos as well, but you can never be too grateful. We've got back day to film, and that'll be the last of my series of my current training split, and then we'll move on to something else. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see from me in the comments down below. I will try and address whatever suggestions you give me. But that's it for now, so I'll catch you all next week. I'm out.